Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is Benjamin, and welcome to another GameMaker tutorial. And this is, well, actually, this isn't a GameMaker tutorial. I lied. So this is kind of just to show you guys. It's a quick video. It's kind of an update video to show you guys where I am with the Pokemon tutorial series. And here's the thing about the Pokemon tutorial series. I want to finish making the engine before I even start recording the videos. So I know that I'll have the engine done. I can start recording the videos. I'll record all the videos in, like a few days or whatever and upload them a day at a time. However I decide to do it. And then you guys will get the entire engine kind of all at once. So you won't have to wait for forever while I work on the next part of the video. That's the plan. So I'm going to show you a quick update for what I have. I've actually restarted this engine like 3 or 4 times. So it's been a learning experience for me because a Pokemon tutorial series, well, I keep saying Pokemon tutorial. I should be saying like Pokemon-like tutorial series because it won't be exactly like Pokemon. I'm leaving some stuff out, simplifying it just a little bit, but it'll give you a good idea of how you can do this. So let me show you guys where we're at. I'm really quickly going to just run the video, and I've got the movement system where it's you move in one direction and you're forced onto a grid. And you can see these two sections here. The text is kind of small. It might be kind of hard for you guys to read. Let me actually. Well, I don't know if I have enough screen room. I know what I'll do. Really quickly, I'll make this larger. I've got more room. 640. We can do 1280. And then 360 we can do 720. This way it will draw a little bit larger on the screen. But now I'm going to have to really quickly come into here. Well, I'll do it in the data object actually. So let me show you some of the stuff that you can do in here. We'll do it over here. Set GUI size, and I'm going to do 640. 640 by 360. I think. I just want the text to be large enough so that you guys can see it when I actually run the game. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Now you can actually see this text. So these are two monsters that I've created, and they've got their stats here. I've got Ari, that's the name of this one, and this one's name is Aqui or something. I don't know. I'm making up these names, right? We've got their level, their health, their power, which is just their attack power, their defense, their speed, and their type. They only have one type. If you want to use this engine when I finish it and program 2 types into them, it won't be very hard to do that, but I decided to keep things simple, just one type. So if I press 1, it will, this one right here is actually my monster, and this one's the other one's monster. If I press 1, it will call a script called, let's see, it's right here, script use attack. I've actually got a breakpoint in here that I don't need anymore. But this script, what it does is you pass it an attack, and then you pass it an enemy monster, and it will attack. It will calculate the damage based on the weakness or resistance, and the move type, and the move power. So, well, the move type just goes into calculating weakness and resistance. And this formula here, this giant wizard formula that I have, is very similar to the one used in actual Pokemon games. It is slightly different, but it is similar to it. So it's going to give a similar effect. So if I press 1, it will actually use that and attack this one right here. You can see this one has 28 health when I press 1. It has 25 health now. And the move that I used, this monster has 2 moves. The move that I used did normal damage. It also has another move. If I press 2, the other move is grass. It's a grass type move, and this is a water type monster, so it'll actually do double the damage. So you can see it's got 25 health right now. If I do the grass move, it goes clear down to 18 health because it was super effective. Now these moves have a weak power for these base moves that I created. Create attack. If I drag over this create attack script, you can see that these moves only have a 25 power, which is a really weak power. So I could make these stronger and it would do more damage if I gave the move power a higher one. The other thing I can do is I can level up my monster. So I'm going to press a button that will actually level it up. I'm currently level 5. If I press the button, I'm now level 6. You can see my stats update. Level 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go clear to level 20. Now a level 20 against a level 2 isn't going to be very fair, and you'll see it's got 18 health, but if I use my move that's super effective now, it takes it down clear to negative 17 health. So I don't actually have death in yet, or knockout, so I can't knock this Pokemon out, right? Or this monster. I can't knock this monster out right now. It just keeps continuing to go into the negative, but that's pretty easy to add in, so I'll be adding that in really soon. So let me show you how you can use this. Like, for example, if you were to follow this tutorial series, I'm going to show you how you can use the engine, because I've got a bunch of complicated scripts, but you don't even actually need to know how they all work. When I come into the data, this object just sets up all the data for the game. So we create some enums in this script, and then we create our base stats, and you can come into that script and actually see how easy it is to create a base stat. You come in here and you pass it a monster, and you set these monsters in the create enums. So you tell it what monster, you tell it the monster's name, and then you pass in the base stats for the monster. The first one's power, then we have type, then we have hit points, then we have defense, and we have speed. And so these are the base stats that will help determine what this monster's stats are in the game. It will calculate this in combine with the level. Now if we go into, you can create your attacks here, and I already kind of showed you that, where it showed the power for each attack. We create the type chart, and that's pretty simple too. I'll show you that. Create type chart. So you run this script and you just pass it. This is the attack type, and then whatever type you're attacking. So currently we've got the attack would be if the attack's a fire type attack, then we go into this. If it's attacking air, it's going to do normal. If it's attacking fire, fire right here, it's going to do half. If it's attacking water, it's going to do half. If it's attacking grass, it's going to do double. So you can see you just pass in these values, and this will set up the weakness. This is basically just creating a two-dimensional array that looks like the type charts that you can see when like online. If you search Pokemon type chart, it creates a similar array. Then we have this, which I just threw this in. I'm probably going to throw this inside the create type chart, because I needed names for the types so that I could actually display them on the screen. So this is just creating an array that gives us some types. And then here's the part where a lot of that you won't have to worry too much about. But here's the part that is kind of the cool part. So right here you can see I'm creating two global variables, player monster and enemy monster. And then I'm using script create monster, and this creates a monster, and you pass it in these values. You pass it what type of monster is it, you pass it what level it is, and then you pass it two attacks. So the player's monster has two attacks, but the enemy monster only has one attack, because for the second attack I passed attack none, so it won't be able to attack with that. It's no attack. But you have to set it to some sort of a value. So I've got this default value when you don't have an attack. Once you've created the monsters like this, this right here, I'm going to take this out. You don't have to worry about this. All this does is display the monster's stat on the screen. I'll probably do this differently later, but for now that's how I've got it. Once you've created the monsters though, you can easily attack. So this is press the 1 key, and we come into, so we say with player monster. So inside the player monster, we're actually going to run this script. And this script just will attack the other monster. So we pass it in the attack we want to use. Now the player monster has an array called attack, and it's got two indexes, and they're just the attacks. We're passing in the first index, which is going to be the first attack, and then you pass in what monster you want to actually attack. So remember, this is a global variable right here. This actually references to the enemy monster. This is a reference to the object of the enemy monster. So basically this is just the ID. If you were to type out the enemy monster's ID, it would be the same thing. And here's the second one. You can see in pressing this 2 key, I'm just passing it a 1, so that does the second attack instead of the first one. And here's the P key, which levels up the monster, and you just call script level up, and that will automatically level up the monster. So this has been really complicated. I've been trying to set it up in a smart way that's pretty easy to read, and I've still got quite a bit of work to do, as you can see, before this is actually a solid engine, but I'm getting close, and I just wanted to show you guys so you don't think I'm just goofing off and not actually doing anything. I'm actually working on this. It's complicated. I'm serious. I mean, look at all these scripts right here. Look at create enums. I've got all these enums for setting up, like if you come into the base stats, this is setting up the base stats. I use a monster ID and an enum, and it's passed in through a script. And that's so I call this script create base stat when I'm creating each of the base stats for each monster, and it's using the enums that I previously created to build like this kind of fake object that I can access later. And I've got them set up in global variables, which might not be the best way to do this, because you could run into it's just better usually not to do global variables, but it was easiest and simplest, I should say, to do it this way. So to give all the monsters access to these base stats without making them actually part of every single monster. That didn't make sense. So you could also store it in an object, and that's how I originally had it set up. But I ended up switching to global variables just because it seemed simpler to me. But you could put them all, originally I just had them all in the data object. So, but yeah, that's where we are with the Pokemon, or the Pokemon-like tutorial series. I'm really excited for this one. I've been working on it a long time, and I hope you guys are excited for it as well. And thank you guys for watching this video. like it if you're excited for this series. And if I get a bunch of likes, it'll help motivate me to work on it extra hard and finish it really early for you guys. So I really appreciate you guys and all the support that you give me. And Happy New Year's. Holy cow, it's 2015 today. And I didn't it's been almost a year since I started my YouTube channel, and it's been a super amazing year doing this and teaching you guys, and I'm excited to continue teaching you and continue to provide free education through about GameMaker and GameMaker Studio and GameMaker language, and also maybe later I'll look into some different things that I can do that you could purchase, kind of like my book, but that would always be optional, of course. I will always provide free videos to you guys that you can learn from and continue to grow, because I'm not going to make you guys buy stuff. Yeah, it's helpful to me because then it helps me to be able to spend a little bit more time doing stuff like this and a little bit less time having to worry about my job. So ideally, one day I could just do this for my full-time job and give you guys a bunch of videos and just do everything for free. So, but I think that's still a little ways away. But anyways, I'm rambling. Thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.